What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far. Um, Getting into this episode of GH, that Monica scene with Drew really broke me. Like, I felt bad for Monica. Um, and she knew she didn't even have to wait for Drew to finish the sentence about Jason. She knew. She knew something wasn't right. She had that feeling. She knew that Jason was gone. Um, and when she got up out that chair and you could just see the expression on her face, like that was Leslie Charleston did her thing. She really did. She did her thing with that scene. Cameron Matheson, he did his thing with that scene. Like they brought their A game to that scene. It was so realistic. Um, and I love how Monica, like, she shut Drew down when he said that had he would have known or whatever that his freedom would have came at the cost of Jason's life, he never would have took that deal or he never would have did that. I'm glad Monica shut him down and she let him know, like, at the end of the day, one son is not more important than the other. You know what I mean? I love that. I love that she did that. That was dope. Um, Both her sons are important to her, as they should be. Um, so I'm glad she reiterated that to him and that she, yeah, she's grieving the loss of one son, but she's happy for the return of another. You know what I mean? So now at least this way she doesn't have to grieve both, of her kids, you know? Cuz that woman has lost enough in her life. She's been through the ringer. Um and I'm glad that they did the toast and stuff like that, to welcome Drew back home, and Drew did his toast, you know, for Jason in honor of Jason. Drew was pissed though that he had all this anger towards Jason, and just when they were starting to connect, now he's gone. But I have a feeling Jason ain't gonna be gone for long. Hopefully not. Um, Ned, Ned, soon as he heard Valentine's name in Drew's story about how Valentine helped find him in Greece or whatever, or Valentine knew whatever. Um, Ned, he perked up real quick, and Olivia realized that Ned was up to something when he heard the name Valentine. I was like, of course, because Ned is going to use any information he can on Valentine to get ELQ back at this point, and that's what Ned wants. He wants Valentine the hell out of the company. So any dirt that he can find on Valentine, he's gonna use it. He don't give a damn, and I can't say that I blame him, honestly. I mean, in business, you gotta do what you gotta do to get your family company back. Can't fault him for that one. Um, it was so funny when Drew asked about what disaster ruined the turkey this year, and Monica was telling him about the dog, about the dog eating the turkey. That shit was hilarious. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, I read so many comments yesterday from people on my channel about how Sam seemed like she didn't give a damn about Jason, or she wasn't grieving properly. I had thoughts about that because I feel like she was grieving properly. I mean, what else was she supposed to do? You know what I mean? She's not with him anymore. They're not a couple anymore. They've been broken up for damn near a year. I mean, they broke up, what, December of last year? She grieved that relationship. She already grieved. You know what I'm saying? And remember, Jason, when she thought he died the first time, she grieved. This time around, I felt like her grief was appropriate. You know what I mean? Her and Jason haven't been a couple for almost a year. She was grieving for really, for how this will affect her son. And I felt like that's appropriate because she was putting her son before her. She's not thinking about how Jason's death affects her. She was thinking about how it affects Danny. And I think that's the most important thing right now. You know what I'm saying? She's being a mother. She's keeping it real. I'm not mad at that. So honestly, for me, I feel like Sam's grief was realistic. I feel like it was appropriate. She's putting her son's emotional welfare above hers, so I have no issue with it. Um, her conversation with Dante was quite interesting, though, when she said that she feared that Danny would hate Scout because of this, because her father's there and his father's not. I felt that for some reason. I felt that was an interesting thought that she had. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's not foreshadowing of anything. I hope that she's wrong about it, and I'm glad that Dante was there to comfort her and let her know like he doesn't think that Danny's gonna react that way, like he's gonna hate anybody. You know what I mean? Because Sam is not gonna teach that boy how to hate. She's gonna make sure that he's good emotionally. I mean, telling him about Jason, she's gonna have to find a way to break it to him. There's no easy way to tell him, but you're gonna try to have to do it as delicate as humanly possible, I suppose. But like I said, there's no easy way of doing it, I guess. Um, I'm glad that Dante was there. I'm really warming up to her and Dante. Dante offered to leave, so that way she could be alone with her thoughts and grieve in peace and stuff like that. And she said no. She wanted him to stay. And they started. Dante has been real respectful of Sam. Very respectful. When they kissed, he stopped and he thought he was overstepping, and she said, "Nah, I want you to." I love that Sam is moving on with her life. You know what I'm saying? I had an issue in the beginning when her and Jason broke up because of the whole dangerous lifestyle thing, because she's been a part of that dangerous lifestyle for years now. So it's kind of like, okay. But you know what? I get it though. I totally get it. And I'm happy that she's moving on with her life. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't be stuck in the past. And she's looking forward, not backwards. Can't be mad at that. And I'm definitely not mad at it. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. Scott was reunited with his Snitzel. I was like, look at him and Obrecht. They was happy as shit to see each other. Scott wasted no time when he got reunited with Obrecht. That man jumped in that bed with her, and Austin walked in on them in the bed together. I said, hell no, hell no. If I was Austin, listen, I would be wiping my eyes out with soap and water, because I would be just devastated by what I walked in on between them. I'm like, ugh. But I'm happy that Scott and Lisa are finally reunited, and it feels so good. Um, I was like, Scott need to calm his ass down, because I'm like, bruh, she's still injured. Y'all not supposed to be bumping right now. I'm just saying, like, let her heal first, bruh. But I can't be mad at Scott. He went a little too long without his little snitzel, so he got her back. I ain't mad at it. Um. So anyway, moving on from that. Um. I thought it was nice of Austin to invite Britt over for a Thanksgiving meal, because he was like, he was just gonna order turkey burgers and sweet potato fries and watch the game on TV. That sounds like a bomb Thanksgiving to me, mind you. Um, I thought it was nice of him to do that. You know what I mean? He could tell that she was alone, and now he found out about Jason's death and stuff like that. He didn't want her to be alone. Um, but Britt had other ideas, so of course Britt had to run into Carly at the footbridge. I don't know if that's a good idea, because Carly already acted a fool one time with her. Well, hell, more than once. But she acted a fool, and I really don't want Britt to be subjected to Carly acting a fool again. And I think this time, if Carly acts a fool on her, Britt needs to slap the hell out of her. I'm just saying, like, I gave Carly a pass the first time, but this time, no. Nope. I'm guessing her and Carly went to the footbridge because obviously the footbridge was important to Jason. Well, mainly him and Robin. I was like, Carly, of all places, you had to go to that damn bridge. I mean, honestly, I really don't see why either one of them had to go there to feel closer to Jason. I guess because it was his special place, but it was his special place with another woman, though. It wasn't just Jason's special place. It was him and Robin's special place. Like, why don't y'all go to a special place that was special for y'all? You know what I mean? Like, Britt, you need to go to a special place that was special between her and Jason, which would be the lighthouse, maybe, that they were staying at. Carly, you need to go to the site where the floating rib used to be, because that was y'all's special place. You know what I'm saying? Don't go to the footbridge, because nope. That ain't special to me. You got to go somewhere that was special to y'all. You know what I mean? It's like, no. So anyway, um, I don't blame Carly for holding out hope that Jason is alive. I mean, they didn't find a body, so usually no body means it's a possibility he's coming back. And usually that's what this show does. They be on some vampire shit, some zombie shit, raising people back from the dead. So I don't believe, yeah, I don't blame her for holding out hope. But I wouldn't be flying out to no Greece to try to find his ass either, because that's too dangerous. Because my ass wouldn't be going up in them little spotty tunnels. Wouldn't be happening, because I ain't getting caught up in that foolishness. I felt bad for Jocelyn though when Jocelyn found out Jason died, because it's like these same people grieved him already. And now here we are almost 10 years later and they got to grieve him all over again. And if Jason is coming back, which I'm sure he is, why are y'all wasting all this time grieving anyway for somebody that ain't dead? I'm just saying. Um, and the messed up part was to add, insult to injury. Sonny gets a phone call from Cyrus. Cyrus calls Sonny to talk about, oh, I heard about Jason's death and stuff like that. Because, of course, news travels fast, I guess. And besides, Cyrus still has contacts on the outside that can tell him shit. And he basically called just to taunt Sonny. And Cyrus had told Sonny that his wife, that Jason's wife, um, must be devastated. When Sonny threw that phone, I already knew. Now we're about to see mob boss Sonny. We're not about to see Mike, Sonny's version of Mike. We're not about to see that. We're about to see the mob boss come out now. Cyrus is playing the deadly game by taunting Sonny. Like, this is not smart. I'm just saying. You don't want to piss him off right about now. And Sonny's about to go to war with Cyrus. And that's my thing. Sonny need to get rid of Cyrus. Like, let's be real. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought about it. And I will see you all later. Have a good night. Peace.